Hey, Frank Murphy here on the Classic Hits 93.1 Celebrity Couch with music director Aram Demirjian of the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra. Aram, hi, good to see you. How are you?
Good to see you. Good to join you here.
I got my whole Mr. Rogers setup on for you with the sweater and the tie.
I didn't realize it was like a holiday sweater party that we got going on. I would have brought something.
Well, we are talking about the holidays and the amazing Clayton Holiday Concert, which is coming up at the Knoxville Civic Auditorium. Go to knoxvillesymphony.com is the easiest way to find out about tickets, but it's really a family-oriented event. It's a great way for kids maybe to be at the symphony for the first time.
It is an absolutely family-oriented event, and we really strive, particularly at this program, but really on every program, to have something for everybody, something that every member of the family can enjoy. And in this case, this year's Clayton program, the theme is music from the movies. And it all kind of goes back to the family memories that we create, gathering around the TV every year to watch whatever your family's traditional movie is. In my family, it was always It's a Wonderful Life and Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. And
oh, wow.
I just thought, if my family has traditions like that, probably most families have traditions that they really associate with holiday movies, and our memories of things are so closely associated to music, and in this case, to the music from those movies. So we're really just trying to highlight as many film scores from these great classic films as possible, whether it is Home Alone, or It's a Wonderful Life, or for something more recent, like Frozen. We've got music from Frozen, Miracle on 34th Street, and even some things that you don't necessarily always associate with the holiday season, like Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Because you hear that on the radio all the time, but it's really from Meet Me in St. Louis.
It's really from Meet Me in St. Louis, and then we don't just limit it to film music either. There are classic Christmas carols that you're going to get to sing along with, participate, perform a little bit with the KSO. Leroy Anderson's Sleigh Ride, the Hallelujah Chorus, the Carol of the Bells. I'm really excited about this because there's not a single selection that's not a showstopper in some way.
Oh, fantastic!
And we really bring the whole community together as a part of this program too. It's not just the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra; it's the Knoxville Choral Society. It is the Farragut High School Ensemble. Go Contemporary Dance Works always do a phenomenal job. A ensemble of handbell ringers that has formed just for this program.
That's handbell ringers, not hand ringers.
Right. Yes. Well, it depends. We're asking them to play some pretty hard music, so I don't know. But yeah, the Knoxville Festival handbell ensemble, and then also a local tenor who has really made it big in the Broadway world, named Alex Ward, will be helping out. And then, of course, Mr. Claus might be making an appearance as well.
Now, this concert is very close to me because my wife sings with the Knoxville Choral Society, and one of my holiday traditions is for her to buy me a ticket to the lunch or the dinner that's between the shows on Saturday. So I'm the one goober who's sitting in there, just looking around and watching you and all the stars sitting over there.
And what he's talking about, by the way, is the lunch that the chorus has between the Saturday matinee and the Saturday night.
I love that.
Unfortunately, that is not a ticket that you can buy at the box office.
No, it's for me because it's the only time all weekend I will see my wife. From once rehearsals start, I don't see her again all weekend except for that.
That's right. Now, however, if you do want to buy a ticket at the box office to the Clayton Holiday Concerts, you can do that by visiting knoxvillesymphony.com or calling in to our box office. One of the greatest things about Clayton, the Clayton program, is it is a family-oriented event, and the tickets are really priced in a way that families of any background and any means can be involved and be in the audience. Ticket prices for kids start at only $8.50.
Excellent.
For adults, $16, and that extends really to everything that the Knoxville Symphony does throughout the year. We strive to make ticket prices extremely affordable so that everybody can have access to the great music that's going on year-round. Because there's really, from September to May of every year, the KSO does not stop. There is always something going on.
Every month there's the classical, the Masterworks concert. Then if you look at the calendar, then there's a chamber orchestra concert here. There's an education concert here.
There's a pops concert that here, there. And
then plus you do with the Appalachian Ballet, and you do with the Knoxville Opera.
Nutcracker Appalachian Ballet, yes, 3 opera productions throughout the year, all very affordable ticket prices. And then on top of that, free events throughout the year as well. We've got one coming up on Martin Luther King Day in January. We do concerts in May, Symphony on the Square in Market Square. We go out to Maryville and do a free concert there.
4th of July.
4th of July.
Festival on the 4th.
Festival on the 4th. And, you know, we are an orchestra that is supported by the generosity and the enthusiasm of our community, and is just so important, both just as people, but also to our mission to give back to the community.
Yeah. Well, I know how hard the orchestra works. You know, my neighbor plays cello. I was talking to him one night. He says, "Oh man, I could barely feel my fingers," because they were working so hard in rehearsals.
There's no shortage of notes.
Yes.
And we have some of the most talented, incredibly hardworking,
they're great,
devoted, spirited musicians who I just absolutely adore and love to work with, and I feel so privileged to get the chance to make music with on such a regular basis.
Well, if it's obvious that I'm a fan, it is. I've been going for a long time, and I'm delighted that what you've brought to the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra. It's exciting to watch. It's fun. It's it feels like you're part of the gang when you're in there. You know, it's easy access. Everybody can come and feel welcome at the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra.
And you're very kind to compliment what I've brought to the symphony. You know, anything that I have brought, I have received in equal measure, if not more. And
right. Because now you're really in a different mindset than you were the first season, because I know from the advertising and all the things that are put in place that they had pretty much decided on most of the songs for your first season before you were hired.
Well, and also last year was so much of a learning year for
me.
You know, I mean, I'm hired in July, and I really only hit the ground running.
Right, they had already had all the marketing material for September, so now this is your second Clayton concert. You get to really put a stamp on it.
Yeah.
This is your second full season, and it's just going to keep going and getting better and better and better.
Well, and and I don't even like to think about it as me putting my own stamp on things. I think it's more about my building of a relationship with my community and with my city. You know, this year, what feels so different about this year is now that I've been here a year, Knoxville really feels like a place that I can call my own.
I heard you say that on stage at the opening concert of this season, which was all Knoxville themed and Knoxville centric, and it was excellent.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and that goes hand in hand with a long-term goal of mine, which is really to ensure through all of our activities, both all of the extensive community activities that we do, such an essential part of our mission, whether it is our education concerts in the concert hall, or our work in children's libraries with our Storytime Quartet, or our work in hospitals with our Music and Wellness Quartet, the Knoxville Symphony Youth Orchestra, which over, I think, 350 young musicians are involved in that. But also extending into our performance activities, bringing the spirit of Knoxville into everything that we do, so that we're not only the symphony orchestra in Knoxville, but we are Knoxville's symphony orchestra.
Well, on that note, we'll wrap it up. Go to KnoxvilleSymphony.com. We'll see you at the Clayton concerts on December 15, 16, and 17. All the other great stuff that's coming up through January and throughout the entire year. Find out more at the website. Thank you very much, Maestro.
Thank you, Frank.
Pleasure to have you. Aram Demirjian from the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra. I'm Frank Murphy, and this is Classic Hits 93.1 WNOX.